What's going on YouTube? Y'all know who it is. It's your boy J Savvy back on the camera, man. Got my quarter zip hoodie on. Y'all been seeing this though. I've been rocking this, but today we got 9 mistakes most men make with beautiful women. Breaking this down for y'all. She usually gives good advice, so we're gonna see what she got to say. I'm not gonna agree with everything. If I disagree, I'll let y'all know. Let's get into it.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Courtney Ryan, and today we're going to be talking about something that trips up a lot of you guys, and that is how to act around beautiful women. Let's face it, attraction can mess with your head a little bit. Even the most confident guys can start behaving differently the second that they're talking to someone that they find incredibly attractive. And while some of it might seem harmless, there are certain behaviors that can actually sabotage your chances, often without you even realizing it. So in today's video, I'll be breaking down the most common mistakes that men make when interacting with beautiful women. For the most part, I'm staying away from those cliche dating tips here. These are going to be real behaviors that I've seen over and over again, and things that often make the difference between sparking a genuine connection or getting overlooked completely. So let's get into it. The first one here, and this might seem a little bit cliche, but I'm starting here for a reason because it is one of the most common that I see, and that is putting her on a pedestal. A lot of men treat beautiful women as if they're in some different category of human being, like they're superior, flawless, or too good to be spoken to normally. You might not realize that you're doing it, but it's gonna show up in very subtle ways. One being you over agree with every single thing that she says, even if you don't actually agree or feel that way. Two, you become overly accommodating, trying to make sure that she's never even slightly uncomfortable. Number three, you start performing, saying things just to impress her rather than just simply being yourself.
Yeah, she's spitting right now. I ain't gonna lie.
All of these create a dynamic where she is the prize and you're just trying to be chosen. This screams low confidence, desperation, and signals that you do not see your own value, which
You're valuable too. So just how the woman is, right? So you're a catch just how she is, right? So you have to come with that energy. And really it's just having the high self-esteem in yourself, knowing that you're good. You are who you are, regardless of her being there in your presence or not. That's very attractive energy.
is a huge issue, and a lot of beautiful women are used to this kind of treatment. They don't need another guy bowing down to them. They're more intrigued by someone who treats them just like a normal person. So instead of idolizing her and putting her up on this imaginary pedestal that you've created in your head, just interact with her. Be respectful, yes, of course, but also stay grounded in who you are and the value that you also bring to the equation. Number two, being afraid to challenge her. Many guys walk on eggshells around women that they think are beautiful. They avoid any sort of disagreement or playful teasing because they're afraid that it's going to totally ruin their chances, when in reality, it's the opposite. No one wants to feel like they're talking to a robot who disagrees with everything that they say, unless they have serious ego problems. And beautiful women especially are used to people constantly tiptoeing around them. When a guy respectfully challenges her or simply just has his own opinions and isn't afraid to voice them, it's going to stand out. It shows confidence, authenticity, and most importantly, a backbone. You're not being mean or confrontational. You're showing that you're not afraid to speak your mind, and that is attractive. Being able to
That's being mature, honestly. Like this is like being a mature adult is saying, okay, we can disagree on something, but it doesn't mean I hate you or I dislike you. But we can disagree on stuff. We can see differently on things. Like then that's okay. So guys, don't ever try to conform your beliefs to anybody. You can see things from other people's perspective, but at the end of the day, bro, your thoughts and feelings and opinions matter too. So always know that, bro. Speak your mind. Don't be afraid to.
speak your mind and challenge someone respectfully starts with one key ingredient: confidence. Confidence doesn't just what you say, it comes from how most overlooked ways to boost that confidence is through your appearance, especially your skin. That's where today's sponsor, Tiege Hanley, comes in. Tiege Hanley takes the guest. If you're not sure where to start, I would recommend their level 1 system. It comes with all of the with SPF 20 and a PM moisturizer to keep your. Tiege Hanley also backs everything with on your first box and get a free gift valued at $20. Deserves. Number 3, projecting insecurity. This is a sneaky one. When a guy feels like he's not good enough for a beautiful woman, he often overcompensates. That might look like bragging about money, status, success, name dropping, or trying to seem connected, constantly fishing for compliments or reassurance. This doesn't come across as confidence, it comes across as insecurity. And it makes the interaction feel so much more like a performance or a sales pitch than a genuine connection. Beautiful women have a radar for this kind of behavior because they're experiencing it all the time. They meet a lot of guys who try to sell themselves instead of just being themselves. Real confidence is quiet. It's in how you carry yourself, how you speak, and how you make her feel, not in how impressive your stats are. Number 4, being intimidated into passivity. Sometimes men get so nervous around a beautiful woman that they totally freeze up. They wait for her to lead the conversation, give all the signals, or basically make all of the moves. And while being respectful is important, there's a difference between being respectful and being passive. This puts all the pressure on her to carry the interaction, and often it just feels kind of awkward. Women want to feel like they can relax in your presence, not like they have to run the whole show. Leadership and decisiveness are incredibly attractive traits in a man. That doesn't mean being pushy, it just means having the confidence to guide the conversation, suggest the next move, or show that genuine interest without hesitation. Number 5, trying.
Real quick, she said leadership. That's a super important trait that every man needs to have. That's something I myself am working on. And to do that, you have to lead yourself first. That's the only way. The getting in the gym is one of the biggest ways a man can lead himself, and get himself better. Having the discipline every day to wake up and go into the gym and do what the work that it takes. That's leading yourself in that aspect. So yeah, you can't lead a woman if you can't lead yourself, and that's something that I learned through experience, right? So when I tell y'all this, just know, like, if you want a girl, like, you're gonna have to know how to lead yourself first, okay?
To be someone that you're not. This one is huge. I see this all the time. I think a lot of men start changing their behavior, their opinions, even their sense of humor sometimes, just to align with what they think that this woman wants. You're basically acting out a character that you assume will be more appealing. It's totally inauthentic, and it's really easy to feel, especially for a woman who's used to people totally changing around her. But the truth is, what is most attractive is a guy who knows who he is and isn't afraid to show it. That kind of self-assurance is so rare, and I think it's important to remember that if she doesn't vibe with the real you, that's okay. Faking it is never going to lead to a lasting connection anyway. Number 6, avoiding physicality completely. In today's world, a lot of guys go to the extreme end of caution, which I can understand. They avoid any sort of physical interaction out of fear of coming across the wrong way, which, again, totally get it. And while good intentions are great, zero physical cues can kind of send the wrong message.
You can't be scared to touch you can't be scared, bro. I always tell you women are sexual, and regardless, they're humans, but it's like they are sexual people. Like, they're not these saints that men aren't saints. They aren't saints. They like to kiss you. They want to touch you. They think dirty thoughts. Like, we aren't in 5th grade no more. Cause some of y'all just don't really know though how deep it gets, because you ain't became that person that they really want. So you just don't know their real nature until you really get to become somebody who attracts women naturally, right? And being authentic is really the whole message she's saying here. If you're not authentically you, and again, if you're putting act on, at some point she's gonna sniff that out, because women are very, very aware, right? Emotionally aware. So any act that you're trying to put on is not gonna work long term. Okay, so you're gonna have to keep that person up throughout the relationship, and she's gonna sniff that out, bro. So going into things being authentically you is the best way, because always deal with the woman who likes you. Okay, I'm always just say that, bro. I don't want to yap, but always deal with the woman who likes you. Be authentic, and that way you know, okay, she likes me for me, because I came into this being me, right?
If there's no physical signals that you're sending, no gentle touch on the arm, no confident body language, it can feel like you're just trying to be her friend. Touch doesn't have to be inappropriate to be effective. A warm handshake, a playful nudge, a quick touch on the back as you lead her through a crowd. Again, not if she's a stranger, but if you know her. If you have built rapport with her, if you're on date number 2, 3, you've gotten to know this girl. I think these are really important things to
on date 1, you should do this, bro. You should break the touch barrier on date 1. Shit. We are grown, bro. Get that girl a hug. Grab her by her waist. You know, subtly. Don't overdo it. Maybe rub her thigh maybe one time if you're sitting next to her on a date. Look her in the eyes. You know what I'm saying? Just do those things, man. You can't be afraid.
Remember, I'm not telling you to go touch a stranger, okay? Want to make that very clear. I have been out and about before and had men touch me on the small of my back that I don't even know, that I've never spoken to, and I don't like that.
Don't
personally,
do that.
Maybe some women...
Don't do that. Don't get drunk and go touching girls, bro. Hold on. I don't know why I said it like that, but please don't do that, gang.
Do, but I think it's incredibly inappropriate to just touch people that you don't know. So again, this is if you have built rapport with her, if you have spoken to her already, if you're on, the first few dates, that kind of thing. But these subtle signals communicate confidence and interest without being aggressive. If you're respectful and in tune with the moment, it's really going to help build chemistry. Number 7, over-pursuing too quickly. When a guy feels this strong attraction for someone, he sometimes goes all in, texting nonstop, giving compliments constantly, buying gifts way too early. It feels really overwhelming. And to a woman who's used to being pursued, it can come off as trying to sort of buy her affection or move things forward before there's real connection. It almost feels a little bit transactional. Attraction needs space to grow. If you skip the buildup, you'll lose the tension and the mystery that's there. So stay calm, consistent, and interested without being overbearing and overwhelming. That balance is going to show confidence and emotional maturity. Number 8 is overestimating her dating life. A common mistake that many men make with beautiful women is assuming that she must already be taken, constantly dating or juggling this endless attention from a whole roster of guys. And this often leads to one of two things. Either they approach with a defensive, skeptical attitude, or they end up not approaching her at all. They think, why bother? She probably already has 10 guys chasing her already. But here is the reality. A lot of attractive women actually get approached less than you would expect, at least in a meaningful or respectful way. A lot of men will feel a little bit too intimidated or assume they don't have a chance, so they talk themselves out of it before they even try. And if you do approach, carrying that assumption with you still creates distance. It can make you come off as cold, disinterested, or insecure, like you're bracing for rejection before the conversation with her even starts. And the problem here is that you're no longer seeing her, you're seeing an idea of her. You've built up this image of her in your head, sort of like putting her on a pedestal, and now you're interacting with that instead of the actual person that is standing in front of you. The better mindset to have here is just a neutral curiosity. You don't know her story. She might be single, she might be looking for something real, she might just appreciate a genuine conversation.
Yeah, man, I've talked about this before. She's saying some real stuff. Beautiful women, they are some of the nicest people you will meet, depending on the context, your area, right? I know some of y'all are like, no, they're not. But hear me out, bro. Just let me cook, bro. I know people, I have friends, I have women friends, and like they always tell me, like, first of all, they always have really dope personalities, right? For around me. Maybe this is for me, I don't know. But all I'm saying is, bro, they don't get approached as well. They don't. Not like you think. They get approached on Instagram. Guys will like their pictures and DM them. But in person, girls don't get approached like that, especially pretty women. Most guys will do is probably stare. But like not most times, bro, I feel like women don't get approached like that. Like on a day-to-day basis. So like you just being able to approach a woman and not be afraid, that's a beautiful woman at that might set you apart. I don't know. But they're normal people, bro. But people treat beautiful women like, I don't know. It's like, bro, she does the same thing. She got a shower too. She be stinking too, like just like we do. So it's like, I don't know. It's funny.
But you'll never know unless you actually show up with openness, not assumption. So don't psych yourself out. Don't write her story before she's even had the chance to share it with you.
Yeah.
Treat her like a human being, not this fantasy that you're creating in your head. And you'll already stand out from 99% of the guys who never even try. Number 9, expecting her to be high maintenance or difficult. Sticking on the assumption train here, some men approach beautiful women with the mindset that they're probably rude, entitled, hard to talk to, shallow.
Bougie,
this judgmental
whatever.
mindset is going to leak into their tone, energy, or even the things that they're saying, and women can feel it. You're projecting your own biases onto someone that you don't even know, and it makes the interaction feel really awkward or tense. And this goes for anything. When you approach someone with assumptions, you limit the possibility for a real connection. Instead, try to go in with a clean slate. Be open, grounded, and curious. And let her maybe surprise you. People often rise to meet the energy that you bring. And remember, one of my favorite little sayings that I like to say on my channel here is, when you assume, you make an ass of you and me. So at the end.
Okay. So yeah, those are some good points, y'all. Yeah, let me know what y'all thought of the video. I think y'all just need to get outside, man. Beautiful women. My camera been freezing this whole time. Oh my God. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I didn't know my camera's freezing. I love y'all. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.